Shaka's already out.
Oh, Shaka is partying. Don't you worry about that. Don't listen to this, I'm going to bed early nonsense. Shaka, of course, was with us earlier on in the show. He brought his curse to Arsenal. He was at their game against Villa. Jan Aage Fjortoft, unlike Shaka, very much professional. Jan, not going out tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm home, so if I go out now, I will be in trouble, won't I?
Yes, you will. Well, that's not to say that Shaka might be in trouble on his return home, whenever that might be. Stevie, over the years, Liverpool have lost the title in various ways. Which hurt the most? God, this is a nasty tweet to put in. 1989 against Arsenal, Gerrard's slip against Chelsea, or today being beaten at home versus Palace.
Oh, no, 89.
89 was weird, wasn't it? Because, am I right in saying on goal difference you were still better?
We could have lost 1-0 and won the league. But we lost 2-0 with a goal in the last minute of the game. I mean, does it get any worse than that?
It's incredible. To have a league end in that way, in that fashion, in that manner.
You couldn't write it. For the neutral, it's incredible. For the TV, it's incredible.
Yeah.
For Arsenal fans and players, it's incredible. Unfortunately, for Liverpool, complete opposite.
There's always...
And for those who don't know this story, it was Michael Thomas who was the hero, scoring that second goal, who incredibly then signed for Liverpool and joined your team, despite being the man who cost Liverpool the title.
Yeah, I remember somebody asked us that question, might have been last year, how did we feel when he joined us?
Yeah.
Footballers are strange.
Well, yes, I know, I've worked with enough of you.
I was going to say, you clearly figured that out.
Yeah, and what happens the next day is the only thing that matters.
Really?
Well, because you have to brush things off. You know, there are so many ebbs and flows and ups and downs, all that.
And he was doing his job for his team.
Right.
It has nothing to do with... There's no personal vendetta. He's just trying to win the game.
The fans, though, can't have been as easy to sway.
No. I don't remember Michael ever saying, and I certainly don't remember hearing anybody that supported Liverpool have anything bad to say to Michael. No, you move on.
I had a night out with Michael. It's very funny. But that's for another Shaka story.
You can understand him.
Yeah, you can understand it.
His nickname was Leicester, because there was a famous jockey in England called Leicester Pigott. He's not. You couldn't understand what they said. And so Michael's a bit like, so we called him Leicester.
Will Xabi's decision to stay prevent a Napoli-like regression next year, Jan? Or do you see the potential loss of key players such as Verse or Boniface curbing their abilities to succeed next year? It's Xabi Alonso, of course.
Yes, but I think that the key is that Xabi Alonso is staying, because we're seeing a lot of clubs how important the manager is or the coach is, so we shouldn't underestimate that. But I will also say that Bayer Leverkusen is a very well-organised club, and they've already shown now the recruiting before this season, which is one of the keys to their success. Remember 18 months ago when Xabi Alonso came there, they were down, and now they're winning the championship, but the recruiting has been sensational. So what Leverkusen got to do is that they need to have a coach. I think every sporting director need to have an alternative lined up. Not like some of these processes we see in different clubs where they have 5 coaches who are available or could be the manager, and they have all different philosophy. So what we learned by Leverkusen is that if they find a coach, they will try to look for someone who have the same leadership as Xabi Alonso. Having said that, we've seen big clubs like Manchester United struggling doing that, and Liverpool will be a big challenge doing that now. Should they go for a Klopp look-alike that is not easy to find, or should they go all the way the other way around?
Stevie, a year ago, Liverpool fans would have taken a Champions League place and a piece of silverware to call this season a success.
Right.
With our hopes of the league being completely out of our hands, should we be looking at this season as a success, a failure, or both?
Don't go in the trap, Stevie. Don't go in the trap.
He's heading there.
He's heading there. He wants to go there. Go, Stevie. Take your time.
All I say is Liverpool's success should not be on just winning the Carabao Cup. Let's put it that way.
So if they don't win any more silverware, it's been a failure.
I'm not going to use the word. I'm going to say that Liverpool's expectations and standards are more than the Carabao Cup. Let me put it that way.
So what word would you use?
And they should be.
For the Liverpool Echo who are watching.
No, they should be. Liverpool's expectations and standard shouldn't be winning the Carabao Cup makes the season a complete success.
I can't remember that. I can't remember. I heard a story last week, and maybe you could help me. There was this manager who was asked the question. He said, "I can only say one word: thank you." And I felt, I think that's there was Steve. We're going there now.
Thank you. Kasey, who's wasting their career more? Being a number 2, Keylor Navas or Aaron Ramsdale?
Well, I mean, Keylor Navas' career is near the end.
He's old, isn't he?
So there's a point. There was, I think there's certain situations as a veteran goalkeeper you would say, I think I'm okay being a backup in this particular environment.
Yeah.
But Aaron Ramsdale is 25? 20? Yeah, I mean.
No idea.
So yeah, there's a point where he clearly is going to have to. There's going to be with his agents, with the club, with everybody, try to figure out what the future is, because he needs to get himself into a situation where he's playing week in and week out. And I think a lot of us were as surprised as most that was a direction that they went in to change their goalkeeper. It didn't seem like that was one of Arsenal's biggest worries at that time.
Yeah. As we're driving down this road,
yes.
What do you do if you're Keller?
Oh, I have to play.
You'd leave Liverpool?
Yeah, I'd be leaving for sure. I mean, I had that. I had that at Spurs.
Right.
Spurs had made a decision at the board level that they wanted to be young and British, and I was neither.
Who did they bring in? Aurelio Gomez?
Yes. Yes. Paul Robinson. So we had a lot of conversations, and I had the opportunity to go to Gladbach in the break and wanted to go play. And in all honesty, to go to, and I loved the experience of being in different countries and different fans, and to have the opportunity to play it against all the clubs in England, to be the first American to play in Spain, and to have, to play at the Bernabeu and the new camp and all those great things, and then also to go, hey, come back to England, then go back and play in Germany and have those experiences. I was fortunate enough to play in one of the last games at the Olympic Stadium for Bayern Munich, and played in the first league game in the Allianz Arena. So to have those kind of cool experiences was...
It was good that Spurs were anti-American. That worked out well.
They were not anti-American.
Well, that's exactly what you said.
but yeah, there is that situation. I didn't want to. Maybe later,
right,
when I was older, to say if it was the right club, I would have said, you know what, I'd go sit on the bench at Real Madrid for a season, or I'd go to... I almost went to Bayern Munich.
Right.
But yeah, otherwise, I needed to play.
The difference here, though, is Keylor Navas, the decision was in his hands. Ramsdale, it's not his decision to sit on his backside.
Sure.
That's the difference.
Does Arteta regret not...
Hey, that was a sure. I get we go to the next question.
I don't know why you have to add that point. Yes, moving on.
Sorry, I should have checked the clock.
Come on. I got the Masters to watch. Does Arteta regret not going for it more against City now, Jan? Their boring part-the-bus effort seems to have backfired. Had they beaten City, they'd still be a point above them today and still top of the table. Did Arteta and Arsenal celebrate prematurely as per usual? Oh dear.
Well, first of all, I don't think we pundits or experts shall look away how our analysis was done as well at that game, because we could do both. We could say, okay, this is a top game in England. Arsenal coming there. They have 25% of the ball. Yes, they defended well, and yes, Manchester City didn't create a lot of chances. But after that game, we all said, wow, they're all grown up. Arsenal will go for it now. This is the key moment. So, Do I say that they should be going differently? I think that is too easy for us to say. We've discussed in the show, should he go for Havertz up front or should he keep Jesus out of the team, put in Jorginho in to make it a bit safer? Had he won against Aston Villa, we would have said, wow, Arteta showing so much skill, being a great strategist to change the team around. So now I think that's too easy. That Manchester City game gave that away. They came to Etihad to avoid Manchester City to get 3 points, and they're succeeding doing that.
This is a really harsh question, but there we go, obviously. There's a lot of harsh people out there. Is winning 1 league title and 1 Champions League in 9 seasons good enough for Liverpool, given the personnel at its disposal? I feel like Klopp has been disappointing when it comes to winning big titles.
There is 2 ways to look at that and to answer that, because unless you live in Liverpool, support Liverpool, are involved in Liverpool, to win the title after 30 years is absolutely huge. It was. You saw Leverkusen celebrating today.
Yep.
I mean, the whole Leverkusen. I don't think there was anybody else in their house. They were all at this game. So
that's a bit of a I think health and safety reasons.
If you want to, you could spin it a different way and say Klopp absolutely achieved the objective of why they brought him in, was to win the Premier League after 30 years.
Okay, now
okay, that's one way of answering it.
And I'll say to you, I mean, for someone that got to England in December of 1991 and was used to the 80s Liverpool sides.
Yes.
If you had told me when I got to England in December of 1991 that it was going to be 30 years before Liverpool won another title, you would have been, there's no chance. Nobody in England thought that was
Stevie
a possibility.
left and it all,
well, that was it.
And it all crumbled.
And the revolution were,
to that point, again,
beneficiaries.
to spin it in the positive way, if you had asked any Liverpool fan and said, right, Klopp's coming here for 9 years, and I'm going to guarantee you in those 9 years we're going to win the Premier League, they would all have taken it.
Yeah, exactly. As Manchester United fans would now.
As they would right now.
Jan, did you want to say something?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that Stevie knows Liverpool. We are jealous and see how Liverpool were doing because they were a fantastic, fantastic team. But I think that for people from seeing this around the world, just have to notice what Liverpool is about. And Stevie is too shy to say Liverpool is so much more than this just being a football club. This is Liverpool. This is the life of Liverpool. This is the blood of Liverpool. And Klopp comes in there being the leader for the Reds. And if after 9 years you have a Champions League and the Premier League, that is great. And we also have to put him at the same time. He had to play against a fantastic manager and a fantastic club called Manchester City and Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I mean, a standard was set, and a standard so high, and everyone's kind of looking at that with jealousy and going, look at what Man City have been able to do.
Speaking of Liverpool's success, does watching the scenes today at Leverkusen bring back any fond memories, Stevie, when you won a title or a cup?
It's kind of strange because, as you said, in the 80s, it seemed normal.
Right, so it's just part of the
like,
love it.
When I joined,
we didn't win it this year, but we'll surely win it next year.
When I joined in 81, they were European champions and champions of the league, and the expectation was that's what should happen. And so when it happened, everybody was, I mean, it was great, but it wasn't what you saw today.
Because
it was normal.
Right.
It wasn't Leicester winning in 16.
Yeah, it was a normal thing. So yes, you were delighted, but I mean that's why the stories come of Ronnie Moran. Like 20 minutes after you've picked the trophy up, and you get in the dressing room and, you know, that's you done for the year, and he turns around and goes, right, okay, well done, said, but unfortunately, we've got to start again. And don't be late on June, whatever date, for pre-season training. Because it was like, enjoy it for the moment and then move on.
We are going to move on now. We'll say thank you very much. Thank you, Jan, for staying up late for us. Thank you, Kasey. That's your last day with us.
Welcome.
Back. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
As always, much appreciated. Plenty of twists and turns to come between now and the end of the season, Jan. Just a reminder, ESPN FC back with you tomorrow. Chelsea-Everton. Oh, game full of high quality. Can't wait to look back at that one.